Hello, Hart.
Oh,
Okay, we've had a couple of technical problems, but now we're here. All right. So, Hart, we've been learning together for 6 months now.
yeah,
I think your story, your learning journey has been amazing, and I think it can be inspiring for other people. So we're just gonna have a natural, normal chat. Okay, I'm just gonna make you a couple of questions, and you give me your most honest answer. Okay.
yeah.
So, Hart, who are you and why did you want to learn Spanish?
So, well, who am I? I'm Hart. I'm IT guy from London, and why did I want to learn Spanish? I learned Spanish in school, and I didn't really practice it much over 20 years. Uh, and I Duolingo didn't really work so well, um, and so I was just looking around, and Irene, you approached me, and I thought, hey, this could be good. Learning with a real person. So I took the plunge.
How long did you do Duolingo for?
Oh, I did it on and off for a few years, but I built up like a 300 and I think I built up like a 365-day streak, so about a year of consistent Duolingo, but it wasn't helping.
How confident did that make you feel? If we bring it down to numbers on a scale from 1 to 10, how confident did you feel with that 1 year of Duolingo in terms of speaking?
Maybe a 3.
A 3. Did you do anything else apart from Duolingo to learn Spanish?
No?
Just Duolingo.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, you met me. Well, you met us. You started the plan. How have you seen the lessons, the community, the workshops, so the actual process? How have you seen it?
Um, it's very helpful. I mean, you encourage us to speak in Spanish with each other, with you, um, and that's very helpful. It's like it's like going to the gym. You exercise that muscle, and I think it's helped me build up my confidence with speaking Spanish. Um, I'm not always 100% perfect, but I'm a lot more confident about it. If someone speaks a little bit too quickly, I know how to ask them to slow down. I can ask someone to repeat themselves if I haven't understood properly, but I don't just freeze, which is what I used to do. Um, so yeah, I think that this process has been really, really helpful.
How did you feel before when it came to confronting a conversation, when it came to speaking to someone? How did you feel inside?
Anxious, and a bit stupid because this was a language that I'd studied for 7 years in school and had gotten quite good at, but as an adult facing a real conversation with a real native speaker, I had no idea what was going on.
Okay, so you felt anxious, no idea, anything else? Any other feelings that you had?
Um, no, those are the main feelings.
Mhm. Did you ever feel frustrated that you had been 7 years at school and then Duolingo?
Yeah, a little frustrated. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, a little bit frustrated because you know all those years of experience. and it just wasn't clicking.
Okay. And what do you think was missing? What do you think was missing for it to click?
Being met at my level and then being stretched beyond my level. I think that was what was really missing, because I think I was expecting myself to perform beyond my level, which was probably a big source of frustration. And then encountering native speakers who, obviously they're native speakers, they're going to be beyond my level, and all my confidence just completely evaporated.
Okay. What about now? When you face conversations, we've got special workshops with natives. How do you feel when you face conversations with natives now?
I'm much more confident, because I have the tools to engage in conversation. And like I said, I can ask people to slow down if I need to, or to repeat themselves, but I don't freeze anymore.
Are you able to have a natural 30-minute chat with a native speaker?
I think so, yeah. Certainly in the last native speakers workshop, I spoke for at least 30 minutes in Spanish with 3 native speakers, and everything went fine.
Would you be able to hold a 1-hour conversation in Spanish with a native?
Maybe. I'd give it a try.
You think you would have been able to do so 6 months ago?
No.
Okay.
No.
And what do you think has been the game changer?
Just the way that these lessons work, and the way that we start at our starting level, but there's a stretch, a constant stretch to go beyond and beyond and beyond. I don't feel like I've been left back at my level. I feel like I've been encouraged and pushed and pulled forward, to improve my level. I don't know what my actual level is, but I know that I'm doing better than I was.
Well, I mean, now you can hold a 1-hour conversation with a native, while 6 months ago, you wouldn't have even imagined that. So I believe that's a big jump, big leap. Okay, so just one last question. Again, if we bring it down to numbers, before you were feeling you had a 3 of confidence, you said?
Yeah.
What about now?
7.
7. Okay, amazing, perfect. And what would you say to someone who is a bit scared? Well, actually, were you scared when you made this decision?
Yes.
Why?
Because I would be speaking with you, a real native Spanish speaker, and what if I wasn't good enough? What if I made a fool of myself? What if I sounded really stupid?
Were you ever afraid to fail?
Yeah.
Afraid of making mistakes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not as afraid of mistakes. I try and catch them, and correct them when I make them. But you know, you make a mistake. You make a mistake when you speak. It's not the end of the world.
What's the worst thing that can happen, right?
Mm.
The other
Yeah.
person is going to forget immediately. That's the truth. Okay, Hart, amazing. Would you say this whole learning process, I have never made you this question, has changed you beyond just learning Spanish?
I don't know actually. I think my overall confidence level has improved through doing this. So in that sense, yes.
You feel your level of confidence in general, not in Spanish, maybe your level of self-esteem, of feeling capable of committing to something and fulfilling it.
Yeah.
Has it also impacted your, your personality, your identity, your self-esteem?
Well, I guess I feel just that little bit more capable of doing something new.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Hart, brilliant. Is there anything else you want to add?
No.
Okay, amazing. How do you feel now, actually, when you speak to natives, when you come to the workshops and you're able to hold a 30 or 40-minute chat in Spanish?
Good. Yeah. I feel good. I feel good that I'm able to make myself understood and also understand them.
Mm-hmm. When you started, did you believe that you were going to arrive here, or you didn't feel capable?
I didn't know what was going to happen.
Okay. If I had asked you, what do you think you would have said? Try to go back. Do you think you would have pictured yourself where you're now, or you think you wouldn't have been capable?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think part of me would have hoped to be here. I think if you'd asked me back then, I probably would have said, "Let's see."
Okay. Hart. Just one last thing. What would you say to someone who feels just as you felt, a bit afraid of making a fool of yourself, of failing, of trying something and it not turn it out? What would you say to someone who's a bit afraid of making the decision of learning Spanish?
Go for it. Learning with real people is going to be so much more rewarding than trying to learn from an app. The apps can only help you so much. They tend to focus a lot on vocabulary and grammar, but they don't give you real world speaking exercise. You're not talking about your day or how you feel or what you're thinking or your plans for the weekend or how your last weekend went, with real people. So I'd say give it a go.
Okay, amazing, Hart. I believe this is a great way to finish. So yeah, we're now gonna. You will also be able to have this interview in Spanish, so we're gonna make it now.
Okay.
And yes, Hart. Thanks a lot for this chat.
No problem.
Bye bye.